Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Ambassador Sports Network. I'm your host, Dalitso.
I'm Jonathan Walden.
I'm Joseph Morant.
And we just want to welcome our newest anchor, Joseph Morant, to the show. It's good to have you here, Joseph.
Yes,
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
We have not replaced Shane. He will be joining us later for our NFL segment, but we just want to welcome Joseph to the show and to the family. But on today's episode, we'll be talking about the volleyball team's hot start to the season, starting off 3-1. And then we'll be talking about the boys and women's soccer team and how they're kicking their seasons off. No pun intended. You ready, brothers?
Let's get straight to it.
Let's talk about it. The volleyball team started off 3-0 before dropping their latest game to Miles College with wins versus Talladega College, Baptist University of Florida, and Lemoyne-Owen College. The first two games were nice wins in the Talladega College Labor Day tournament, but let's focus on the last two games versus Lemoyne-Owens and Miles College. In the Lemoyne-Owens game, we saw the Lady Ambassadors win the first set, then drop the next two sets, but bounce back winning the last two sets, ultimately winning the match 3-2. This was the first form of adversity that the girls had faced this early into the season. What did you see, Jonathan?
What I saw out there was they were able to defend home base. The other team came in with high confidence going up against this team that didn't know kind of where they were at because they didn't play. They played over there. They played against other teams.
But yeah, this is the first home game.
It's the first home game. So they were able to lock in, and being down 2-1, they didn't let that distract them at all. They stayed focused and were able to work together as a team. And I gotta really talk about Miss Kamaria Murray. She finished the game with 18 kills. Morgan Bone finished with 13 kills, and then Harmony Banks finished with 13 kills. So that goes to show that they came and were able to produce and perform to be able to seal the 5-game set that they had.
Backs against the wall, they did not fold. What says you, Joseph?
Yeah, I think a very promising start to the season. Obviously, starting off 3-0 before we dropped that first one to Miles is a pretty great thing. You know, I think we're moving towards a direction, maybe even introducing a winning culture here at Oakwood.
And you know we need that. I'm going to get into that later. We need that.
Definitely need that. I mean, they were flying around, high energy. They looked coordinated like a team, and I think it was very great.
That's what I like to see. And also, I'm going to highlight senior Cameron Buckner. I might just call her John Stockton. Can I call her John Stockton? Because she had 29 assists, most on the team, and 20 digs. She's not one of our liberos, but she's out there helping the team, setting up her teammates, and like how you said, Morgan Bone, Kamaria Murray. That little 1-2 punch reminded me of John Wall, Bradley Beal back in the day, scoring
Magic
and shooting.
Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying with the sky hooks. I like it. I love it. So that's what I'm saying. When I see them two coming like that, and I see Cameron Buckner setting them up perfectly, and shout out Alexis Wiley, Sac City, Texas. She's new to the team. And also, shout out Harmony Banks. What she did in that fifth set, back against the wall, game point on the line, what did she do? I believe it was Cameron Buckner through the assist and Harmony. This is her first year playing volleyball in college, and she killed it, literally. So it was just great to see. And now let's go on to the Miles College game where we saw the girls lose 3-1, but it wasn't all bad. There were some good things, and we have audio from Coach Buckner after the game. So let's go hear that right now.
What are your overall thoughts on today's game?
On today's game? Oh, man, I wanted to win. They kind of picked us apart a little bit, and we tried to change our defenses up, but we weren't all the way there.
What do you think went differently in today's game?
Oh, it was a great opponent. You know, they were smart. You know, we got out-coached a little bit. So we got some work to do to work on our defenses and offense, really. This team is full of fight. So, yeah, we're good. We're good. We've got what we need. We got to get some mental things together. When I say mental, I'm saying just strategical things.
As you guys heard from Coach Buckner, the matchup did not go as expected versus Miles College. Joseph, what do you have to say after hearing that interview?
Yeah, I have to agree with the same sentiment as Coach Buckner in that we have all the tools that it takes to win. Of course, we had to do a little bit of tightening up on those small little details and our mental fortitude. And, for example, one thing that we saw Wednesday and Thursday was the closing out of sets. We weren't particularly great in that area, and I think once we kind of make that adjustment, we'll do really well.
I agree.
I have to agree with Coach Buckner as well. What I liked that he said was he loves the energy that they're coming in with. They're very confident. Despite the loss, they're very confident in going into the season. And we're just gonna see improvement from this point on. Of course, they started the season 3-0. This is a little loss in the bracket, but I wouldn't overreact about this situation right here. We have a good group of girls around us, and I'm confident in what's in store for us in the future, and maybe we win a tournament game this year.
I agree. That's what things look like they're trending towards, winning a tournament game. And when I look at this game versus Miles College, this was on a back-to-back. They just played a game versus Lemoyne Owens. Yeah. It was the first home game of the year, an amazing high, won in the 5th set off of a game-winning kill. So then when you go to Miles, you know, it was a little bit of a letdown. I'm looking at the game. I'm watching the game. This was not a team that we should have lost to. Miles was not as good as the Lady Ambassador that we literally just saw the night before win a tough game, come from behind. Miles was making silly errors the whole game, but we were also making those type of errors. And I think this was the classic playing down to the level of your opponent. Yeah. Miles is not that good to the point where they're beating us 3-1. If anything, it should have went to a 5th set. For sure. For us to lose 3-1, I could see the fatigue start to set in for the girls, and I could see the girls starting to get a little bit tired, a little bit discouraged. But like Coach Buckner said, there's still some things to work on, and the girls will be just fine, in my opinion. And I think, like you said, this is the year the first team's going to win a tournament game for the Oakwood Ambassadors as a program. So I think it's going to be a pretty good year. The girls soccer team is playing right now at Blue Mountain College as we're recording, and they will play again this Sunday, September 7th at 1 p.m. at Point University. But let's focus on the men's soccer team, who lost 8-0 this past Monday, September 1st, as they started their season out versus Johnson University. Put the camera on me. Put the camera on me. Guys, I'm talking to the men's soccer team. We cannot do this. We cannot start the season off losing 8-0. 8 points in a soccer game? Sheesh. 8-0. Guys, I hear players are cussing out refs. And I hear players are getting angry at the refs. What are you angry at? We as a team are losing 8-0. This is not the refs. I'm hearing players are quitting, just simply not putting forth the effort. This is the first game of the season. Guys, if anything, this should be where we try our hardest. Guys, we're trying to build a culture here at Oakwood, a winning culture. We just talked about it for the volleyball team. Guys, we cannot be doing this, starting the season off like this. If we lose to 8-0, cool. But I'm hearing quitting. I'm hearing crashing out at refs. Guys, no. No. If we lose because the team is better than us, that's fine. But if we lose and we're beating ourselves up and we're quitting, no. And this is not the time where we quit. The season just started. It's time to work together as a team. And we can put the camera back on that, all of us. It's time when we work together as a team. And
you get worked out there, brother.
Because this means something to me.
I have to agree with you, Lisa.
It pains me to hear that.
To lose 8-0 on the season opener, and to find out that our players are getting angry at refs and crashing out, quitting, this, that, and the third.
Can't have that.
This is the first game. This is the tone setter of the season. So it's like, bouncing back after something like that, we gotta figure out what's going on in the locker room. We gotta be better. We gotta
come together.
Yeah, we gotta come. Forget soccer. We gotta figure out what we have to do outside of soccer to come together.
To come together where it's us versus them.
Yeah,
not
there you
us
go.
And I'm playing harder than him. I'm quitting. He's not playing that hard. No.
But on the bright side, guys, we have no reports of eligibility issues. So I guess it's the bright side of that.
Everybody is clear, but man, I had to get that off my shoulder when I heard that.
I was excited this soccer season.
Me too.
This is the first time we were able to cover them, because last year we weren't able to. We started in the second semester, and now it's basketball season. This is the first time we get to cover them. We're finding out things like this. It hurts my heart, you guys. So we gotta come on,
guys. I'm not getting mad at you. That's passion. It means something to me. When y'all do great, I have something to come up here and talk about great. But when I hear stuff like that, I have an obligation to the truth. And that's the truth. It's true. And that's what people want to hear. But I'm rooting for you guys. You already know that. I'm ambassador all the way through.
Ambassador all the way through.
So, soccer team, let's turn it around. I already know they're going to turn it around because they're playing right now after the girls play versus Blue Mountain College University. Blue Mountain College, sorry. And they'll play again on I apologize. They'll play again Friday, September 19th at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time versus Blue Mountain College again. So they play the same team twice in the next two games. This is a chance. We lose this first one. we going to see the same opponent the second time. Or we win the first one, we going to smack them again the second time.
There you go.
Let's get right, soccer team. Let's get right. And now we'll transition over to our NFL segment, and we'll welcome Shane in, and let's talk about that season opener last night, boys.
Let's do it.
This next segment is a partnership with Her Voices SiriusXM Channel 141 as a part of the Lance J Radio Network. NFL season is back, baby, and we'll start off talking about the game between the
What's going on here?
Y'all doing an NFL segment without me?
Yeah, we were going to do it without you.
You don't even have you don't even have a jersey on.
Well, I didn't get that memo, but if you cut me, you'll see I bleed black and gold. Stealing Nations over here, baby.
Okay, whatever.
Hey, this guy, believe it or not, this guy is from Atlanta, Georgia, just like me, and he's a traitor. And that's why we're going to do the segment without you, bro. I don't do traitors, man.
Stealer propaganda, man.
And I don't know if you guys know this, but this is the first time in NFL history where opposing QBs will face off after literally switching teams from the previous year. And I'm very excited to have Aaron Rodgers as our starting QB, and I'm very excited for this Week 1 matchup against the Jets, and I'm ready to get this season started.
That ESPN stat. Here you go. No one's going to be tuning into that snooze fest. He's already sleeping right now.
Hey, real question, though. Over, under 23.
23 points?
Yeah.
Oh,
23 and a half.
Easy under.
Easy under.
I'd be surprised if the Steelers scored 20 points. But no, let's talk about the game last night that had some controversy in two ways. The Cowboys versus the Eagles, where we saw star defensive tackle Jalen Carter spit on Dak Prescott and get ejected before a play was even played. And then we saw the rain delay, the weather delay, I don't really know, lightning.
The thunderstorm.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but it caused the game to be delayed for an hour and a half, and it sort of changed the game. It was like two separate games, basically. The Eagles won 24-20. What did you guys see in that game? I'll start off with you, Shane.
First off, what are we in? 1883, man. Lightning delays, all this technology. Who cares if someone gets struck by lightning, man? Like, who cares,
They got to make
bro?
sure the civilians are safe, baby.
They safe, bro. I promise you. But going back to the game, really a tale of two halves, man, literally.
Right.
First half, I think the score was
21-20.
21-20.
Yes,
literally 40 points in one half. 41 points
straight
in one
offense.
half.
Nobody's
Straight
stopping
offense.
anybody.
And then in the second half, it was the polar opposite. I think the Eagles kicked the field goal to make it 24-20, and that's all she wrote. You know, it was literally the tale of two halves, and I feel like that rain delay had something to do with it.
Hey, I agree. What did you see, Joseph?
Yeah, just piggybacking off of Shane. I mean, tale of two halves. Yeah.
Right.
Both teams only had about 300 yards of total offense, and that basically a lot of that happened in the first half.
Yeah.
So to see that rain delay or the weather delay, whatever you want to call it, really have that type of impact on the second half was very underwhelming. That's the first game of the season, and we kind of wanted to see a little bit more.
We were in store for a shootout. Like I said, 41 combined points.
Shootout. You're saying shootout, but last time we talked about the Eagles versus Cowboys, I said the Cowboys were going to get blown out, and I was amazed to see how the Cowboys came out and performed. Having CD and adding George Pickens to the offense is a good thing for the Cowboys. And if you're a Cowboys fan, there's no need to worry about this loss. Realistically, y'all should have won the game had CD Lamb caught two important balls to advance them.
I don't know about that one.
Closer down the field, but. We're talking about the Cowboys, but we have to talk about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts went out there and performed well. We seen why, like we said about Ohio State, why defending champs, but these are the Philadelphia Eagles, and they're the defending champs. And he proved to be top five. They need to stop disrespecting Jalen Hurts, top five quarterbacks in the NFL. He came out and played great. He had 19 completions on 23 attempts, 152 passing yards, 62 rushing yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns. We just got to give credit where credit is due. AJ Brown didn't get a lot of receptions, and neither did Mr. Smith. Didn't get a lot of receptions.
When you look at it, I don't mean to cut you off, but when you look at it, AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, if I'm not mistaken, I know they were open, and AJ Brown got one target. So I don't know if it's Jalen Hurts did play a great game. I hear them calling him a running back, a fullback, great game regardless. Saquon Barkley looked good, but you gotta wonder, is that Eagles passing game, is it really needed? Are we gonna hear A.J. Brown? Is he gonna be okay with that? Devontae Smith, he's not really that much of an outspoken receiver when it comes to production. But A.J. Brown, we know he's known to say, after winning, we need to get the passing game involved. Because he's out there getting straight cardio.
Right.
Didn't get a target until the fourth quarter when the game's basically over. So
No, I agree.
that was interesting to say. What do you got?
I agree with. Go ahead.
Now, I mean, I've been itching to say this, like I'm in the 80s. I've been itching to say this, right? Is Jalen Hurts a top 13 quarterback in the NFL? Is he a top 12 quarterback in the NFL?
For those of you who don't know, we call this rage bait. He is baiting you to get angry.
But
All Eagles saying he's baiting you to get angry.
But Jonathan, what do quarterbacks do?
Throw the ball. They run. They
Throw the ball.
They help win games.
You had it right the first time.
No. So what is Lamar Jackson? What are we talking about?
He's a quarterback. That's what he is.
Okay, he can run as well. So why are we not saying that about him?
He can run and throw. Jalen Hurts can't throw.
We're gonna have
AJ
table that discussion, and that's gonna be a segment because I like the feistiness from that.
But just to quickly jump in, I think Lamar Jackson's a way better passer than football.
Yeah, 100%. But why are we trying to discredit Jalen Hurts?
But no one's trying to.
We're gonna put the pin.
And I hate the Eagles. I believe that ready to go, man.
We're gonna put the pin down with it's all right, Shane. It's all right, Shane. It's all right, Shane. They're gonna have to agree to disagree. I like the feistiness. We're gonna have to do that one maybe next week or something. But it's all right. But let's look forward ahead to the rest of the NFL season. Shane, let the people know who your team is.
Hey man, Kyle Pitts. I would turn around, but I don't know how to Braves are looking at that, man. So, Kyle Pitts, Atlanta Falcons. Hopefully Kyle Pitts can do something this year. He's been non-existent for years now, right? Yeah. Highest drafted tight end in NFL history.
Who y'all play on Sunday?
We play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and this game is going to be a direct representation on who can get off the field, right? So Atlanta Falcons, they drafted two edge rushers in the first round of this year's NFL draft. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I believe they got, what's that guy from Philadelphia?
Who?
Riddick. They got Riddick.
Oh, they did.
On
Okay, I know
the
you're talking
edge.
about.
And,
Hassan, yeah.
So Hassan Riddick. So it's really going to be who can get off the field with these two dynamic offenses, two good quarterbacks, great quarterbacks, if I may add. Baker
Great
Mayfield,
is crazy. Michael Penix is great.
Yes.
We're throwing that great word around anyway. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a top 20 quarterback for sure. Shane,
I think he has great potential.
Shane, who you got winning the game?
I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning 31-24.
Joseph, we heard what you said about the Steelers and Jets. I assume you got Steelers winning, right?
Of course I do. I would like to say that we would score 30 points in this game. I'm not exactly sure what our offense would do, but I'm very excited about Aaron Rodgers. He's a well-experienced quarterback, a former MVP. Quarterbacks, the biggest thing they have is their mind, and he can still throw the football. And I'm hoping that he can get that done. DK Metcalf, a new addition. Very excited to see what that's going to bring to the table.
Jalen Ramsey, that whole defense.
Once again, Darius Slade, Jalen Ramsey flying around. We just gave TJ Watt that big old deal. I'm excited to see what he's going to do.
And
DK
we're hoping that, as I know the Steelers fans are hoping that the offense can help the defense because we know that Steelers defense is nice.
Y'all still the Steel Curtain over there?
Of course, it's still Curtin, man.
Yeah.
Terrible towel be waving. My dad be happy and sad every Sunday.
Hey, I'll say this, though. It's going to be hard, like, as a Falcons fan, Arthur Smith, he's now your offensive coordinator. If y'all
that might be our downfall.
Look forward to Darnell Washington catching a lot of passes. Fire move going to disappear.
But here's how you save the season. Fire him before week 3. Make a statement. You know what I mean? And then I can believe that hype.
Okay,
Jonathan, what the Chiefs going to do?
Chiefs, we play the Chargers today. On Friday, we play them. And we play them in, where do we play them? Brazil. And I think it's going to be a great shootout. This is a division rivalry, and division rivalries are always great, as we've seen with the Cowboys and the Eagles. But I think we're going to take this dub. For us this season, I think it's going to be about, can we protect our quarterback? Can we give him time to sit in the pocket and be able to deliver passes? Travis Kelce, you just got married. I'm not trying to hear all that. You just got engaged. I'm not trying to hear that. You need to be focused on what just happened, what just transpired last year. You weren't focused. You were over there every 5 seconds. Taylor Swift is on the camera. I'm tired of seeing that. I want to see you with the ball in the end zone. So, hey, I don't want to go too long about that.
Hey, man, I would say it's going to be a great year, but I hate the Chiefs, man.
Oh, whatever. Hey, but I think the score is going to be a smooth 27-20 game.
Makes sense.
Raider Nation, I'm going to keep it short and I'm going to keep it cute. Ashton Genty. We just drafted that boy in the draft. I believe it was the 6th pick overall, first round. He just ran for 2,000 yards plus at Boise. So when he comes to us, Ashton Genty. Keep that same energy. We need you. Geno Smith, Pete Carroll. We got a new regime over there in Las Vegas. John Spytek, Brock Bowers. Let's get right, Raider Nation. We going to the playoffs this year, baby.
So, Dalitso, I see you're wearing an Amari Cooper jersey. What do you have to say
I
about
was trying to end the show without addressing this. Amari Cooper, man, I appreciate all you did. You was one of my favorites growing up as a child. You came back this year. I thought you was going to be with us, but you just retired a few days ago. And Amari Cooper, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it good. I'm not even gonna slander.
Hey, man.
We appreciate all your time with the Raiders, man. Shane,
man.
take us home.
Hey, aside from the fact that he literally finessed me in fantasy, I'm not even gonna dig too deep, and that's gonna piss me off. But, I'm about to say, dear Heavenly Father, thank y'all for joining us for this edition of the ASN. We got our boy Joseph Morant here. He's gonna be a regular, and thank y'all for joining us. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you for watching the Ambassador Sports Network. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and tap that bell so you're notified every time we post.